Hi everyone, I'm Misha and welcome to the first project of Crochet with Misha, which we will be doing the chunky hat here. And you know what, I'll put it on so you can see it. It's nice and warm and perfect for these like crazy cold New England days that we have been having lately. So welcome, and I'm going to be posting 15 minutes videos every day for the next few weeks, walking you through step by step how to crochet this hat. And so it doesn't matter if you've never picked up a crochet hook before or you're like super advanced at it. I will walk you through it, or just join us and listen to some cool jams and chill and take that 15 minutes for yourself. And I will be trying to post every day around 3-ish o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I say 3-ish because as a mom of two little itty bitty ones, it's like crazy here and they keep me on my toes. So there might be a day or two where I have to post a little bit later. So be patient with me and just know that I got you, and I will be posting so you can check every day and get your 15-minute fix. And also, being a mother of two, I just wanted to say that this is why it's so important for me to take these 15 minutes for myself to recharge and reboot and give myself like a little relaxation and a chance to breathe every day. And that's what crochet is to me. And I really wanted to share that with everybody because you should take that time for yourself and learn this skill. If you've never learned it, you can do it. It's so much fun, and it is a little bit of a challenge, but it's a great challenge, and I will be here with you every step of the way. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do today is actually not starting with the hat. You're like, what, Misha, what are you doing? We are gonna be starting with the gauge swatch, which I will show you here. It is a 4 by 4 inch by 4 inch square of the stitch that we will be working on with this hat, which is the half double crochet stitch. And for those of you who already know what I'm talking about, we'll be doing 10 half double crochets across and 7 rows up. You can see that about 10 half double crochets is 4 inches here, and 7 rows is maybe like a little bit longer than 4 inches, but like, who's counting? It's close enough. So I'm going to be talking you guys through how to do this, and the reason we start with this is it's a gauge that tells us how our stitches are looking. So if you do 10 half double crochets and it's not 4 inches, it's short, it's maybe shorter than 4 inches, then that means your stitches are a little bit too tight. And then obviously if it's too big, then your stitches are a little bit too loose. So it's a way to gauge, but like, don't go crazy about it. If it's not coming out exactly, it's totally fine. This hat is very forgiving, and you don't need to really worry about how your stitches, if they're too tight or too loose. This is also just a way for us to practice how to even do these stitches. And you know what? I use this as a coaster. You can see I make these swatches and I put little borders on them and I make them as coasters, and I use them all around the house. So it's just a great way to start. So you will be needing your 8mm hook and your tape measure and your yarn today. That's what we'll be starting with. So let's get started. I did a tutorial a few posts earlier, video posts earlier, about how to do a slip knot. So I'll show it slowly today, but if you need a more detailed description of what a slip knot is, just refer back to my tutorial post. So you're gonna grab the yarn, the tail is gonna be near you. You're gonna grab the yarn with your finger and your thumb and circle it around your fingers and flip over and make a cross and grab it with your pinky. So we're working with this X, but we're really actually working with this upper V here. And we're gonna go underneath with our hook and up and over and give it a nice pull. And then you can flip this crochet hook up and just let go. And you'll have this hoop, this little circle underneath, and you'll grab both pieces of yarn that are hanging and give it a gentle pull, and it tightens. And then you're also gonna grab it one more time again with the main part of the yarn and give that a gentle pull up to the hook, and it tightens up. And now we're going to chain 10 times. So to hold the yarn, we'll circle around. I also do a tutorial about how to hold the yarn and hold your hook. So you can refer back to that as well. I'm going to circle front to back around my pinky and up and over my index finger, and that's how I'm going to hold the yarn, and the yarn's just going to slip through my fingers here, and then I'll be able to grab with my middle finger and my thumb on this hook right here underneath where all the stitches gather, and then I grab with my index finger and my thumb on the hook, and I'm able to like manipulate and hold the yarn with my middle finger. So we're going to be doing 10 chains. So a chain is back to front, and then I'm going to grab and I'm going to pull it through. And that's one. I'm going to do it again and see how I'm grabbing with this middle finger right here. Back to front and pull through, and that's two. And back to front and pull through, and three. Good. Back to front, pull through, and that's four. Again, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you might be way faster than me, or you might be a lot slower than me. It doesn't matter. These videos are here for you. You guys can refer back to them at any point and rewind them, speed through them, whatever you need to do, they're here. So we have 10 chains on this, on my yarn right now. And so I'm actually going to do 2 more chains, so it's 12. I kind of lied to you. You have 12 to do. And that's because we're going to skip the first 2 to start with our half double crochets. So let's do 2 more. 11 and 12. Great. So now we're going to do a half double crochet. I also do a half double crochet tutorial video that I posted just right before this video. So just refer back if you need a slower tutorial about how to do it. So we're going to go into these top loops right here, and now we're actually going to be traveling from right to left on the way back. Okay, and we're actually going to be traveling always in that direction from this point on. The chain is the only different one. So, again, I'm wrapping around my pinky and up and over my index finger and grabbing my hook here. Okay, so I'm going to be going, here, let me go forward a little bit. Can you see? There we go. Not this loop and not this loop, but the third loop is where we're going to be putting our hook through. So to do the half double crochet, which is the main stitch that we will be doing throughout this entire hat, it's basically the only stitch. We're gonna yo, which is yarn over, back to front. We'll skip that very first one, that second one, and go into this third loop right here. We'll yo, yarn over again one more time. Yes, Janet, old school Janet. And pull through just that one loop that we just went through, and now there should be 3 loops on your hook. You're gonna yo one more time, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. And that is the first half double crochet, and we're gonna be doing that 9 more times to go all the way across. Okay, so yo, go into the very next loop, yo, pull through just that loop, good. And now yo, and pull all 3 through. Good, so we have 2. Let's do this again, 8 more times. Yo, go through, yo, pull through, you have 3, yo. All right, so that's our third one, and you can see there's that very first one doesn't count. That was the end of your chain. You've got 1, 2, 3. So let's keep going. Yo, and pull through, and that's 4. Good. You guys will be going faster and faster as you get used to this. So just give it some time and trust it. It will come, you know, it takes a second to get used to the yarn and the hook. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 5 more. 6, last one. 10. Great. We went across. And you might be like, wait, I have this extra like loop thing here that I should go through. No, that is your slip knot at the very beginning. So you can even go back and like tighten that up. That's on its own. So you've got 10 that should go across, and let's measure that and let's see. And you know what? It's not a big deal if it's more or less than 4. Okay, look, we're right about 4 inches. That is awesome. So that half double crochet from right to left, this whole row, that was your first row out of 7. So we're gonna be doing 6 more. And now I'm gonna show you how to flip it and start your second row. So let's wrap our fingers and get situated. So I just got to my end of my first row. I'm going to chain 1. So back to front and just pull through. And now you have 1 chain, and I'm going to turn my work clockwise. So I'm going to just flip it all the way around, a half circle, half turn. And so now, look, I'm able to go from right to left again. And I get to do it all over again. Now the only difference is, for this project, we're going to be doing a back loop half double crochet, which means now that we've done 1 row, it switches to this back loop. So I'm going to come closer. There's a V at the very top of your work. You can see there's it looks like a side V's. The back last loop of all of those is where we are going to be going through. Okay, so not through this front part here with the 2 loops on top. We're going at the very top. This back loop is where we're going to be working with. Okay, now you can get a little bit thrown because there's 2 V's on half double crochets. There's a V on the very front of your work, and then if you flipped it up top, there's a V on the very top of your row. That's the one you're working with. There's 1, 2, 3 little pop-ups here that make different V's. It's this one, and so it's the back last loop. Okay, so we did 1 chain, and now we're gonna start right away with the half double crochets, going right into that very first one. So, yo, put it through that very first back loop, yo, pull through, and yo, and pull through all 3. That's 1. Let's do 9 more. That back loop here, all the way at the top. Yo, pull through. Yo, pull through all 3. 2. Let's do it again and again. 3. I count the first few rows to just make sure I do it correctly and have the right amount of numbers, and then after a while I just stop counting. So I'll count this one through. So I've done 1, 2, 3. Yo. That's number 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And this last one on each row is sometimes can be a little bit tricky. Don't get caught up in this first front V. Go all the way to the top, and that last loop kind of gets tucked back there on that last row. So make sure you go all the way to that back loop back there. And we just did 10. Awesome. 2 rows down. Looks pretty darn good. Okay, let's chain. I'm going to show you guys, if you make a mistake, what you can do. And that's why I love crocheting so much, because when you make a mistake, it's so easy to fix it. Okay, so let's flip it around and start row 3. Back to front, we'll chain 1, pull through, so chain 1, and that's just creating height so that I can flip it and go back to another row, and I've created a little bit of height so I can come back. Okay, I'll do 2 of them, and then I'll mess up the third one, or I'll show if we want to go back. So up and over, I go through that first back loop from that top V here, pull through, and all 3. That's 1, back loop, 2, and now 3. Why not? I'll do 3 of them. Oh no, I made a mistake. Oh my gosh, what do I do? I need to go back. Okay, so say I just need to go back. Just take your hook out. It's no big deal. Don't have a freak out. Don't panic. It's all right. And just pull that out. And it'll create a loop up top. You know what? I'm gonna go crazy and I'm gonna pull another one out. Pull another one out. Oh my gosh. That loop is up top. And guess what? I just slip that thing back in. And you're good to keep going. You can just pull and go back to where you need to go. Okay, so let's go again. So I've done 1. Let's keep going on this row. And you know what? I'll switch the camera to be at this angle so you can see me. Okay, so let's go. I've done 1, now I'm gonna do a second. And at this point, I usually stop counting, and I just keep kind of going, and I trust that my rows beforehand will guide me, and I'll do all 10. And you know, if it's not perfect and I mess up, nobody usually knows, only I know. And that's another thing why I like crochet, and why I like this yarn in particular, is because it is very forgiving, and you don't really notice the mistakes. And you know, with crocheting, I try to embrace not being perfect. You know, I'm not even perfect right now. I'm like half out of this screenshot right now. That's probably ridiculous looking, but I don't care. You know what? Let's keep going. All right. That's why I like crochet so much, is because it's my chance to sit and not be perfect. My job when I'm a choreographer for theater, and for the theater business, and you have to be a perfectionist, and I'm a perfectionist anyways. I'm a type A perfectionist, crazy person, and it can cause a lot of anxiety and stress, and I'm constantly on edge. And you know, I use crochet to sit and not be perfect, and it's okay. See, okay, I lost count. I'm just gonna double check how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, I probably would have gone fast. And I have 1 more right here, 10. And see, this last one can be a little bit tricky, so make sure you're going to that top of that V, finding that one that's back there. And now I'm at 10. And to count your rows, you have 1, 2, 3. We've done 3. All right, I think that's good for today. That's a great start. So we have 1, 2, 3. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and stitch 1 more row. Why not? So chain, turn it clockwise, and then go back and start pulling through. I'm gonna go at my own speed. You go at your own speed and listen to J-Lo. Just sing her heart out for you. Yeah. Gosh, this song, I feel like I actually can't tell you the last time I heard this song. Was I in high school or college? I don't even remember. But it's a good J-Lo song. And I came across it recently. I was like, yes, I'm going to definitely put this on the playlist. Because it just makes me smile. But what I was saying again is don't be perfect about it. I think I made a mistake already on this one. You know what? It's okay. It's no big deal. And, celebrate your mistakes and your imperfections. That's what this is all about. And, you can do this. This might be a new thing for you, but you know what? You're doing something new. And yeah, maybe your first hat is not going to really look like a hat. It's going to look like a hot mess, and that's okay. You're learning something. And great, cool. You can do it. All right, so we've done 4 rows. maybe you've done more. Maybe you've done less than me. We'll meet up again tomorrow. And we'll finish this off. We'll do 3 more rows, and I'll show you how to tie off, and you'll have a nice coaster, and then we'll get going on the hat. Okay? So, let me switch to this. It was awesome having you here today with me, and I hope we keep going, and you join me tomorrow. We'll have a new playlist and some more crocheting. All right, thanks guys. Please send feedback. I'd love to hear from you guys. You guys are my beta group, my brand new crocheting group. I need some feedback. So let me know what works, what doesn't, what you're having a hard time with, what you need more of. Write to me. Show me your projects too. Take pictures. Upload them. Let me see what you're doing. All right.